What's poppin', people? Today we're back with another video. We got 6.3.6, the Captain America Infinity War boss. Before we start, I just want to say that this guy is very, very annoying. Probably the hardest boss that we've come across in this series. So for the path, we're taking this path right here. All you have to worry about is that their special attacks are unblockable, and if you dex too many times, then they're going to be unblockable for like 10 or 15 seconds, so it's not too bad. Just bring in whoever you want. Ideally, just bring in like 5 boss counters, because anybody can take on this path. It's very easy, and the boss, however, is not very easy. So I'm going to talk about the boss for a second. The main thing about him is he has crit me with your best shot, which means he only takes damage from critical hits. And then the other thing he has is destructive feedback. And usually with destructive feedback nodes, you want to hit them when the destructive feedback is like active. And then you can dodge around and not get hit. And then once the destructive feedback turns off, they'll take a bunch of damage. However, in this fight, since he has crit me with your best shot, all the damage from destructive feedback does absolutely nothing to him. So you basically just can't hit him while it's active, because you're just going to give him power. And if he hits you, you're going to die. You'll see later, the block damage I take is absolutely ridiculous, because he also gains Furies throughout the fight. And not only that, he has one more node, which is that he uses his special attacks in succession. So it goes special 1, then special 2, then special 3. So really the game plan for the boss fight is you have to get in to the fight and just do as much damage as possible and then get out. Like, you might not be able to solo it, especially if you have 5-star champs, but you'll see I'm going to use Hitmonkey. He does pretty well. So if you bring in your 5-star Hitmonkey and you fully boost up, I think you could potentially solo it or use 1 or 2 revives and you'll get through it. So I also brought CGR for this quest, and specifically for the boss, but it did not go well for me. I just cut it out of the video. Basically what happened is I'm pretty sure he glanced the hit, which would have gave me my power gain, and then I didn't get the power gain, and it just threw off my combo, and it just, like, none of my crits, I couldn't crit basically, and I was doing 0 damage. But I'd still bring in CGR, because as long as the combo goes well, it didn't for me, but if you get a special 2 off, it's going to do a ton of damage. And then who I would highly, highly, highly recommend for this, besides Hercules, obviously, if you have Hercules, bring him in, but Kitty Pryde. And the reason is because her crits do a lot of damage with her special 2. She crits a lot, even on basic attacks. And then the main thing is, since he's going to get to special 3 and he's going to wait to throw it, you can tank those once you're phase and you take 0 damage. So if you basically get a special 3 at the same time as him and throw yours, you will still be phased for like 5 seconds after your special 3. And then they'll definitely, like, the AI will definitely throw a special attack within that time. And so you'll just tank his special 3 and you'll be fine. So Kitty Pryde is amazing for the boss. So we talked about Hitmonkey, obviously he crits a lot. We talked about CGR, talked about Kitty. I also brought in Mole Man. That didn't really go well either, mainly because it was too hard with the timing with the monster mass and the destructive feedback, because I didn't want to hit him when he had destructive feedback. And then so my monster mask was falling off, and then it just wasn't going very well. And then I took so much block damage. I don't know why, but you'll see later. Like, I took like a 30k hit into the block, or like two 15k hits into the block. It was crazy. But yeah, and then, I don't know, bring in whoever crits a lot, and you'll do well. I've seen a video of Mantis getting through the boss. I've seen CGR, I've seen Kitty. But yeah. And then for the path, we're almost done the path now. Like I said earlier, you can bring whoever you want, because this path is easy and the defenders are easy. So I'd bring in 5 boss counters, and this is a quest where I highly recommend boosting up and using like revives and health potions if you need to, because this boss is no joke. Even for me, it was a pretty tough fight, and yeah, you need all the help you can get for this guy for sure. This Captain America boss is definitely one of the hardest bosses in all of Act 6. And I think that he's the hardest boss that we've fought in this series so far. But yeah, I think it's very hard to get a solo against him. And the fight is just designed to make you like use revives, because he's gonna like hold the special 3, and then you can't really do that much damage, and he glances your hits, and you can only do damage on critical attacks. It's just really annoying. So I think actually Corvus would work really well now that I'm thinking about it, because he has those guaranteed crits. And on this path we've had, well, we got a mutant right here. Can't really remember who else we fought. Surely there was a tech champ. Oh yeah, there was Vulture. But yeah, actually bring in Corvus. That would work very well. If you have Corvus, get some charges on the path, and then you can probably take this guy down, the boss I'm talking about, because Corvus has those guaranteed crits. And yeah, Corvus Glaive would actually be amazing for that fight. Alright, we got one more fight, and then the boss. We got Aegon. Nothing to worry about here. Both his specials are like very easy to dodge. Just make sure you don't dash in too early after the special 1. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I know I'm using a 6-star rank 5 ascended Kitty, but I don't have a 5-star that's ranked up, so this is what you guys get to watch. Her kit is the same as a 5-star. It's just obviously the damage will be higher, and she has more health as a 6-star, but the idea is the same. So for the champion swap, I did swap in a 7-star Mantis, but I didn't end up using her because I didn't need to, but I did kind of want to show you guys that Mantis was good for this, even though it's a 7-star, but I didn't end up using her. So here we go. Is crit me with your best shot, destructive feedback, aggression, fury, electric fluctuations, and surging vengeance. A very annoying boss. We're going to start with Hitmonkey. And just try to do as much damage as possible. Try to not take too much blocked hits, because just look at how much block damage I take in these fights. So that's why I'm being really patient here. Like, look at that damage. It's crazy. But as you see, Hitmonkey is doing pretty well. Obviously, the bleed will do no damage at all, but these crits are doing a decent amount of damage, not the most. And I'm not even boosted, so if you boost, you can get like 30% more damage. And when he has that destructive feedback, you don't want to hit him, because there's no point. It's not going to do any damage, and you're just going to give him power, and he's going to build a special 3 and cook you up. So, but yeah, the main reason I was dying in these fights is because the block damage. The blocked hits were doing like an insane amount of damage. So just keep in mind, you might have to use some revives and health potions for this because this guy is annoying. Alright, so we're going to keep chipping away at him. Chip away. Getting some decent damage. That's why I said earlier you could probably get this guy down to like 1 or 2 revives with Hitmonkey, even as a 5-star. If you have a 6-star, then even better. And then, yeah, bring in like Hitmonkey, Corvus, CGR, Kitty, and then someone else, and you'll definitely get him down. So now here, guys, we're just screwed. He has special 3, and we're dead. So that's all the damage we can do in that run. And now we're on to Mole Man. Like I said earlier, this fight doesn't really go too well for me. I tried to do like a normal Mole Man fight where I build up the monster mass and stuff, but it just doesn't end up going very well. I'm just dodging at the start because I don't want to hit him when he has destructive feedback. But now I'm going to start doing my heavies to build up the monster mass. And see, I accidentally didn't parry there, and then it started the frenzy, which I didn't want to do. But it is what it is. And then now I think the bleed damage goes with the destructive feedback, so that's also not good if you have damage over time. But look at this damage that I'm about to take. 2 15k hits in the block. Like, what is that about? That's crazy. So just keep that in mind. Once he gains those furies, if you get hit in the block, like, you're done. You're taking big damage. You might want to practice intercepting, but the other option is to get some revives. So here I am hitting him when he has destructive feedback because I have Kitty and I know I'm not going to get hit. So, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. So here we're just doing a classic Kitty fight, you know, doing some parries, getting some crits, building up the prowess. And, yeah, I think I'm actually pushing him to special 3 already. And, I thought he had to throw a special 1 first and then a special 2, but I'm trying to bait out the special 2. He's not throwing it, so I just said, you know what, screw it. I'm just going to throw this, and then hopefully he throws his special 3, and he does immediately while I'm phased. And I take no damage, as you see there. That's why I recommend Kitty for this fight, just so you can tank some special 3s and do more damage. So I'm just dodging him in the corner because of the destructive feedback. And then now the destructive feedback's over, I'm throwing the special 3. Special 3 builds Kitty's temperature, which makes you do more damage. So, as you see here, we're just intercepting, getting some damage. Destructive feedback's about to start, so we're going to have to just dex him for a bit. He's not throwing his special 2 again, which is annoying. So just keep hitting him. And we're about to throw the special 2 and end the fight. So hopefully you guys enjoyed these tips. And make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back very soon for 6.4. And to get this series wrapped up. So we'll see you guys again very soon. Peace.